Jim, our next question sent to CornyDriveThru at gmail.com from Zach. Going forward, it's an interesting question. I'm going to make it a little more into a question.
Okay, in the form of a question, please.
Who do you think has a brighter future? Dominik, Mysterio, or Hook?
Oh, right. There's two ways to answer that. Who has a better future because of their own talent, or who has a better future because of their current position? And Dominik's future is much brighter because of his current position. Hook's, if it was just athletic ability, uniqueness, difference, and a kind of a strange appeal to the young folks, Hook's future is bright, but he's with a company that his booking will be questionable at best, and you won't see him regularly, and they're not going to put any concerted effort behind him or anybody else because their attention span is Tony's attention span is that of a fucking flea. And so unless it's somebody with the pull to demand to be on each week and do things that they do, a la Chris Jericho, that's a problem. Whereas Dominik, they've already decided they're going to push him. They're featuring him regularly every week with a featured group. So even if I'm not, his in-ring is the thing I'm the least fan of about him. And I think that he does a wonderful job as a really clueless putz wrestler part of the group. If they ever tried to concentrate on him on his own, that would be a different story. Whereas I can see Hook evolving into a single when he gets a little older, a little bigger, and a little rougher looking. So it just depends. I mean, Dominik, because of where he is right now, his future is brighter, but Hook has a lot of potential.
Dominik came in as a babyface, very little experience, if any. He's now a heel. He still has a lot to learn in the ring, but at least he has a little bit of a personality. He's seemed more of a natural as a heel, which is surprising because he seemed like a natural, nice little babyface when he was bopping to the ring with his dad. Hook is still relatively exactly the same as the first time we saw him. People were clamoring to see him actually do something for a while. He was just in the background.
Then the clamor has died down.
Then he started wrestling some matches. That's the thing. When you think about a future, you don't know what will happen, but Hook hasn't shown much to see what there is, and he's been around for a little while. Dominik, you could see that he could be on the mic annoying people in 5 years or 10 years or whatever it may be. I think Hook has to show a little more first.
Well, see, that's part of the problem is we have to see him a little more first. Because again, with Tony's, Tasmanian devil fucking booking philosophy where everything just fucking spins up in the air, I know Hook's getting advice from his dad, from people, his dad's friends, from people that he works with. But he's only really getting to put that into practice, plus getting to work with producers on his 3 or 4 minute match he has on YouTube, and every once in a while he wanders out on Dynamite or whatever. Whereas Dominik is not only has had the benefit of his dad, but also had the benefit of the Performance Center, has also had the benefit of regular weekly use in a continuing story that even if he wasn't on a program, it was being VTR'd so you wouldn't forget about it. And he's been working not only with the full-time, the main roster talent there, and everybody loves Ray, so I'm sure they've given him advice, but he's in a group of people with varying degrees of experience, and he's been working with all the top producers on a weekly basis who are not only telling him things to do when he goes out there, but are critiquing and or suggesting and or, criticizing when he comes back on a regular basis. That's why he's developing. I've made the point the other day. it's sad that nobody develops talent anymore before they put them on television. I was talking about especially Tony, but everybody these days, they put guys on TV and then they decide to do something with them and then they change their name or whatever. And I said, I've never changed anybody's name. And this is what I said. Once I put them on television, somebody else emailed me and said, oh, you changed this guy's name in OVW to that and blah, blah, blah. No, not after I put them on television. Once they're on TV, unless it as part of a story, as I said, they renounce their country and become Crusher Khrushchev and sympathize with the communists, or in some way their contract is bought or whatever, where it's their, obviously as part of the story, their choice. You don't just say, okay, we've been showing you this guy for 3 months, but now he's a completely different person. Fuck you. Fans just fart and tune it out. So they're just, at least the WWE, they're trying with these talents and they've got a plan. And especially now with Vince not there tearing everything up at the last minute, these plans might get executed. But again, in AEW, because the fault lies with Tony, because he's, just got too much and not enough, too much to do and not enough sense to do it with. There's no development of any of these people. They're just going out and trying shit on their own on national television, see what works and what doesn't. And fortunately, if something doesn't work, by the next time you see that person, chances are people have forgotten about it. But unfortunately, if something does work, by the next time that you see that person again, that person's forgot to do that thing again.
Well, if I could change this question a little bit, looking forward, looking at the future of wrestling, who do you think will have the better attorney, Hook or Dominik Mysterio?
Well, I'll tell you what, regardless of which one needs an attorney, for their own particular reasons, it may be the bad booking of Hook over in AEW, or there may be sexual harassment from Rhea Ripley on Dominik Mysterio over in WWE, but no matter what the problem, I know the attorney that can handle any case.
Call Stephen P. News. If you need to sue. An outlaw mud show or two. Still to the rest.
And that's right, folks. Whether you need an attorney for mommy, or whether you need an attorney for Poppy, or whether you need an attorney for all the little fishes in the sea, one way or another, if you've been wronged or inconvenienced or harmed or aggrieved or injured or hurt or asked to leave and never return for no reason at all, the man that can help you, the man that's helped so many of the Cult of Cornette members, is, of course, Stephen P. New at newlawoffice.com, 888-692-8084. No, ladies and gentlemen, he is not just confined to the environs of the mountaineer state of West Virginia, where he's done so much good work for so many of the downtrodden people there. And boy, if you've been to West Virginia, there's some people that have been trodden down on over there. But he is now branching out all across the country, soon to bring order and justice to the poor, beleaguered people of the state of Louisiana because of the Entergy company that, instead of investing in the renewal and the renovation and the remodeling of their aging, weak infrastructure, instead they gave the money to their bigwigs and put together the infrastructure, the power grid, with bubble gum and super glue, and a hurricane came along and harmed thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. And that's who the people are that Stephen P. New is representing: the nameless, faceless, voiceless, homeless, carless, childless, hopeless people out there that just need a little break in life. If you fit that description, if you are less one of those many things, and you need somebody to fight for your rights that's not going to roll over and play dead, but is going to stand up to these evil corporations. Again, Stephen P. New, newlawoffice.com, 888-692-8084, the consigliere of the cult of Cornette. I'm thinking he's going to bring me back. He told me this, Brian. He's going to, once he whips these Entergy people's asses down there in Louisiana and gets millions of dollars for their hard-working customers that have paid for this service in good faith and got the shaft, he's bringing me my own power tower. You know, the power company, they have the power tower there with all the wire. He's bringing me my own. I'm going to put it in the backyard, and I'm going to have my own electricity. I ain't going to have to worry about my own electric company.
Where's he getting it? He's taking it from them after he wins.
He's
the
taking
lawsuit?
it. Yeah, he's
I don't think that's legal.
Well, it's going to be.
No, it's not. He's not going to change the law.
Shit.
He's not going to change the law. How?
Stephen P. New's going to go down there and tell them the way that things are going to be. As I've said many times, Stephen P. New will give any man one chance to do the right thing. And then after that happens, whether it be a opposing attorney or judge or paralegal or whoever it may be, he'll pick that sumbitch upside down, shake him for change, and tell him the way things are going to be. After he finishes making this Entergy company pay all of its customers for the inconvenience in this big class action suit, he's bringing me my own power tower that I can put in my backyard, and I'll just plug into it, and I can have my own electricity. That's the kind of benevolent man that Stephen P. New is. You don't have your own power tower?
I don't have my own power tower, and I don't.
Stephen must not like you.
I don't certify that anything you just said in this spot is accurate. I don't want to be accused of false advertising because of some of the crazy things you're saying here.
The information about Entergy is accurate. I'll have you know that they filed a mass tort. They filed it with an E on the end of tort, and when a mass tort with an E on the end of it gets filed, people start running for cover. Entergy, they picked up the phone and, oh, shit, it's a tort with an E, and it's in mass? Shit, it must be Stephen P. New again.
That's a good name for a overweight attorney gimmick. Mass
tort.
All right, well, Stephen P. New, that's right. That's not Stephen P. New. That's mass tort.
All righty then. Stephen P. New, and boy, you ought to see his paralegals, folks.